Hey, Inside Out Glamour, I'm Nick from IamNickSpindler.com, and I'm here today not to give you any makeup tips because I don't wear any. I'm not really a good cook, so I don't have any good recipes for you. But one thing I love about Inside Out Glamour is that Jenny talks about being a beautiful person is not just about what you look like on the outside, but it's also about who you are on the inside. So I want to talk today about a few things that we can check to make sure that we are beautiful on the inside. Because we all know those people that we thought were really pretty or really handsome, and then we got to know them and our opinions about them changed. So the first thing that we can check is our attitudes. Do we have a good positive attitude, or are we someone that likes to complain? Are we a negative Nancy? I know people that no matter how good a situation is, can find a way to turn it into something negative. They could get a job promotion, and rather than be happy about it, they would just complain about how much more work they had to do. So we all have those people that we, because of their attitudes, don't really want to be around. They tend to drag us down and tear us down, and so we'll avoid them. So the first thing that we can check is, our attitudes. The second thing that we can check is how are we treating other people? Are we mean? Are we rude? Are we short-tempered? Are we sarcastic? Which is one that I really struggle with. I tend to be really sarcastic, and then when I think I'm just being funny, I'm hurting someone's feelings, or I'm getting someone mad at me, because our words are really powerful and they can be life-changing. So we got to be careful about those. And when we're thinking about how we treat other people, are we looking out for other people, or do we only look out for ourselves? If we look at Mother Teresa, I think we would all agree that she was an incredibly beautiful person. And that was because she was willing to do anything for anyone. It didn't matter what she went through or what happened to her. As long as she was helping somebody else out, she was willing to do it. So we've got to look at how are we treating other people. We've got to check that to make sure that we're being beautiful on the inside. And the third thing, which I think goes a long way in impacting the first two, that we need to check is our thoughts. What are we allowing ourselves to think? What are we allowing ourselves to think about ourselves, about the situations we're in? Because our thoughts are often what determine our words and what determine our actions. And so if we want to think about how are we treating other people, and we want to think about our attitudes, we got to start with what are we thinking? What are we, are we thinking that we're ugly? Are we thinking that we're a failure? I know plenty of people that were extremely talented and had lots of abilities, but because they didn't believe in themselves, they weren't producing like they should. If we think we can't do something, then we're probably not going to. So we've got to check our thoughts and make sure that those aren't bringing us down, and that those are becoming our words and those are becoming our actions. And I think if we can check those three things, our attitude, how we treat other people, and our thoughts, it'll go a long way in making us a beautiful person on the inside. Outside beauty, it's not the whole battle. And it's only going to get you so far. It doesn't matter how beautiful you are on the outside. If you're ugly on the inside, then people are going to see through that outside, and they're not going to want to be around you. They're not going to think you're a beautiful person. So I want to encourage you guys that let's make sure that we're just as beautiful on the inside as we are on the outside.